talking about speed. Guitar and speed, it all comes down to its hand synchronization. You can pick as fast as you want, but if your left hand can't keep up with it, it's never going to work. It's going to sound bad. So everything is hand sync. And so for me right now, doing the Paul Gilbert licks for speed, and also the Michelangelo Badio licks for speed, which seems to help with the sync, but it hasn't helped with the speed yet. But it comes with time. You have to just get used to it and get used to a new way of picking and going smooth, and it's just repetition, hours and hours. I mean, plenty of hours invested already. It's not where it needs to be, but it'll come. So it's actually 3 versions of that one lick from Paul Gilbert. So we have just the basic there. And then the other one to really work on the up picking, because it's the changing strings and getting that up pick, as we all know, that's where we're suffering. That's, you know, and when we're changing strings, there's 6 strings on the guitar. We're going to be changing strings for everything that we play. So being proficient at this and looking at it as more than just speed, I think is very important, because again, unless you're only ever going to play on one string, then you don't need it. So the second one, to work on that up pick. And then the other one, just to break it down so it's all in fourths, would be doing it very slow, because when it's actually at speed, as I'm sure you guys will see, watch a Paul Gilbert video and you'll learn everything you need to know. It's a whole other level of speed, and it's just that synchronization. It's like all the notes just come out in chunks, but they come out nice and clean, so. Really have to be relaxed once you get it. I mean, you get thousands of repetitions on this, and then you just forget about it and just play it relaxed, and it'll come out fast. Again, I'm not relaxed enough to even show that here, but it'll be there. And then another one that we're doing, a Michelangelo. Those 3 up picks that come in there that are very important. That's what's going to throw you off. And once you can get that and you just kind of power through it, it becomes one fluid motion, and then you'll be able to speed it up. Another Michelangelo one that I'm also doing that seems to be helpful. So now the difference here is we're ending with an up pick but descending. Version of that to put it into 4s. Again, ending on an up pick, but on the lowest string. And this is just like learning anything else. You have to get used to it. As you get used to it and it feels awkward, feels clunky, feels like you can't get the pick through the strings, I get all that. And that's going to go away with time. As you keep doing it, it'll smooth out. And once it gets smooth, then you work on speed, right? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's the key to all of this. As you get used to it, then it'll be there. You'll have it. But if you give up before you get used to it, well, I'm not going to be playing guitar then, I guess. not in sync right now. I'm not fully warmed up. It's just, you could hear it, right? Obviously, yeah, if it was in sync, it's playing it perfectly, I wouldn't be making YouTube videos, I'd be making music. So again, as Paul Gilbert suggests, which is like, felt stupid because it was so obvious and it made sense, just practice up picking. Like, how often do we just sit and practice the actual basics? Like, oh, we can down pick, we can alternate pick, but are we good at it? Are we proficient? How good? Did we really build the muscle? Can we just sit and up pick? How long can you just sit up pick for? You can start feeling that burn. And maybe that's an opportunity. That's something we can work on, something we can get better. Just basics. Talking about James Hetfield, and oh, he's the greatest at down picking and play Master of Puppets without all down picking. Have you tried it? I mean, do you sit and do something in all down picking? I'm sure he does. That would be the one thing to do. That's what I thought of it. It feels so stupid. Sit here and alternate pick everything. Well, then, yeah, I'm not that good at down picking because I don't do it. Inversely, I'm also not that good at up picking because I don't just do it. It's happening, but it hasn't been a focus. And if it's not a focus, it's not a proficiency. Again, don't listen to me. I got this from Paul Gilbert. He'll show you how you got to turn your wrist, show you where you're working the muscle, and all that's true. That's the stuff that's more important. I mean, you want to learn a Neil Diamond song? Go ahead. But if you want to learn how to play guitar, well then, pay attention. Let's start getting some reps under our belt and actually hold the instrument and focus on the basics and get them to where they need to be. Get good at it. Like, oh, I'm not good at guitar, but are you good at anything on guitar? Are you good at down picking? Do we know what it is? Can we play chords? Do they sound good? Basics. Get good at the basics. Practice the basics. You can watch all the videos you want. They're not going to get you good at anything. There's no amount of knowledge that will replace anything physical in this world. But inversely, you could stop watching the videos and just hold the guitar and play it, and you will get better. Guaranteed. Spend some time. Not relaxed. Hand is stressed, you can hear it. That's what I gotta focus on. That's why I gotta put a lot of repetitions. Just sit and get lost in playing that. And just play it until it sounds and feels like something else. Then you've reached another level. And you'll know that it's nice and smooth now. And you can play it. You feel confident when you play it. That's the key. Keep practicing something, and then when you play it and you actually feel like you owned it, that's how you know you get better. And if you don't ever feel that, you're not playing enough. You're not practicing enough. I mean, it's that easy. Like, you feel it, and no one can take that away. Like, you know when you accomplish something. And that's the motivation that it takes for this instrument. It's a sense of accomplishment and getting better all the time. And if you don't feel that, then you won't have the motivation to play. I mean, they all go hand in hand. So if you put in the work, you'll earn the motivation. It's there.